Hi, and welcome to the stream. I'm Tampered, and today I am going to be flying solo. Onyx is a bit on the tire side, so I will be hosting the same program as before. So Valorant Advancement Guide, Review Guide, VOD Review. In the first part and in the second half, I will be demonstrating some of the tricks that I've learned in Noita since the YouTube video that I posted recently, because I have done a lot of research, and while I wouldn't consider myself anywhere near some of the top tier players, I have definitely learned a lot more. So we're going to start off just right into the action. And today we're going to be using valoplant.gg. It is one of the best tools that I've found. It's free to use. You can put characters on the map, use their abilities as well, mark certain areas, fields of vision, and the like. And we're going to be using that throughout the stream just to kind of break down some of the plays here. Sorry, I'm relatively cold. Okay, so up, and there we go. Cool. Valoplant is what we're going to be using for strategy breakdown. You may also notice some tweaks to the stream. I have added certain things that we can play around with. Chat should look a bit different. And hopefully audio is coming through just fine. But for now, let's slap on some music real quick. Stream beats. This is something that I should do beforehand, shouldn't I? Yeah, we'll just well, just nice to have something in the background, especially because we're gonna be going through quite a few well, not a few hours, 47 minutes of VOD, which is gonna be a bit. Not every part is gonna be important. So, there is the death match, which I don't think we need to. There's 2 death matches, maybe 3. I don't think that's quite as important. But let's check out this Breeze competitive game. Just gonna switch windows here real quick. Okay, maybe I'll just toggle between display captures. There we go. We'll just have display capture up. This will make life a lot easier. All right, so I think this is a single comp game that I played on Breeze. So I already have Breeze set up on Valoplant, so we can toggle back and forth real easily. Copyrighted music. Joy. I do turn it off during the game. So starting out with the Sky pick, it's something that I'm not incredibly comfortable with. Sky is definitely not my main. I'm generally a Cypher main, but I have yet to get used to the I've yet to get used to the new map with Cypher. And for the longest while, I wasn't playing Cypher on Breeze because of how open it was. Now I know there's a lot of teams who will disagree with that, and who find a lot of value in Cypher, especially on Breeze. But it was just not my favorite pick for the longest time. Sorry about the camera movements. I am trying to figure out. Boop, there we go. This is perfect positioning. So, we get good team comms in this game from what I remember. We can skip forward a bit. We are up against, in competitive, we're up against a Chamber, Reyna, excuse me, Sage, Brim, and Jet combo. What I've learned from a lot of competitive play is that Viper is a really strong character on Breeze, and so for neither of these teams to have a Viper is definitely indicative of a lack of understanding the meta. And I'm not terribly comfortable playing Viper. I would normally play Viper Phil, and I have been trying to recently, but I don't really have lineups yet because it's just something that I haven't been practicing. I've spent most of my time practicing Cypher. And so Sky pop flashes are generally the way to go. But having two controllers is already insane at the level that I generally play at. Right off the rip, one of the biggest mistakes that I'm making here is switching between my knife and my gun all the time. It's a habit that I need to break out of, especially since I just bought a new knife skin. And while it's really fun, I really need to avoid just toggling between the two because I end up distracted. And it's a poor habit. I've actually found myself with my pants down a couple times because of it, and because I just wanted to, have my knife out because it looks cool. The animation is so dope. I wanted to start out with this actually. So I just wanted to go over my career a bit recently. I started playing episode 1, act 1, but I never played ranked. And I didn't play ranked until episode 2, act 2, and not seriously until much later. I was hard stuck iron for quite a while. I have very little experience. Valorant is one of my first-person shooter games, which is one of the reasons why I want to make this guide. The main reason for this guide is there are a lot of players out there who make improvement guides and iron to radiant guides, and I don't think that it's worth anything, or it's not worth much for your average player because they already have those mechanics. They already have an understanding of competitive gameplay. They already have an understanding of like how to move, how to shoot. They would outfrag anybody in a 1v1, and there's just a lot of players who don't have that. So this guide is to showcase a journey, my journey, hopefully up through ranks, and what I do and what I'm doing, and how fast it takes me to get there, and try to optimize that, try to work through my issues. One of the things that a lot of Immortal coaches often say, and I would definitely recommend if you want to improve in a significant way in Valorant, go watch Immortal streams, and not just any Immortal streamer. Yeah, it's fun to watch Tens. Yeah, it's fun to watch Zoms and Dapper, but go watch people like InShane TV, or go watch Merked TV. Both of them are on Twitch. Or Cam. I don't really like his attitude, but he's still good about breaking down other people's plays. And what's really important when you're watching to improve is what they're saying and what they're doing and how they're interacting. A lot of people think that it's just about having the skills. It's just about having that. And yeah, you get a lot through game sense. You get far. But at some point it becomes, can you play with a team? And if not, you're going to fail. So, especially when it comes to wannabe pro players. So, episode 3, act 1 is the first act that I actually grinded out. And then I took a break. And that was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Taking that break was the dumbest shit ever. I came back with a little resurgence, episode 3, act 3, which is last act, and this act, I am hard stuck. I am completely screwed in terms of comp. I can't pull shit off. I have had so many bad games recently, especially in comp. Like, just fucking loss, win, loss. And I can team MVP all I want. I can be as good as I want, but I'm not pulling myself out. And that's an issue. So here we are. Here we are. With me, like, just really trying to climb out of the mud. And this was a forfeit. And it sucks to win on a forfeit, especially when, that's in the middle of a bunch of other losses. So I'm on a bit of a losing streak, trying to pull myself out of the mud there. But let's get into this game and see. Oh, is it even here? Hold on. It might be on here. Yeah. Nope. That's an Icebox game. Yeah. No, it's not visible. This was a game maybe a month ago. bit less. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. 21, 12, 30. Oh, yeah. Like a month and a half ago. All right. Let's do it.
I know. I'm just trying to make a point that, you know, Cypher's trapped behind there, and the one off this corner is pretty OP, brother.
I mean, this one you can just climb up boxes and get over.
I'm more comfortable on Cypher. But you know what? We'll go with
So,
B window.
it was definitely not my place to tell this guy to play Chamber instead of Cypher. Cypher is generally my main, and I do know a lot about him. But Breeze is one of the maps that I have played the least of him on, and I guess he can be really strong, especially with all the changes that have been added to the map. And as I said before, I'm trying to learn that. So I should have shut my mouth. I should have just let him pick Cypher, and that was my bad.
I mean A window. I mean B window. I don't know this one.
Jet mid 52. First death. First thing to note. This dog. Good for intel.
B window. I mean A window. I mean B window.
But this bird, useless. Jet mid, absolutely useless. I didn't push off of it. I did nothing with it. There was no purpose in it whatsoever. If I had been up a lot closer, if I had run up a lot closer, yeah, that bird would have been useful. But I ended up being... Didn't even have my gun out when this jet mid 52, when this jet came and whooped me. Look,
B
bird.
Window. I mean A window. I mean B window. I don't know this one.
And I don't have my gun out, and she just takes me down. So horrible, horrible use of util. Dog gets intel. That's my standard dog run. Is down elbow, just to see if they're there. It gets early intel. It can make it all the way to the bottom here. This jet, our jet, peeking out of double. I should have played off that a lot more. I wasn't aware of this. I need to check my mini-map more. Another thing, check your mini-maps. Me peeking out here, also stupid. I should have been way further back, like here. I can dog out here. I can still get info down elbow because our chamber has his I can't remember what it's called. His bot. Our chamber has his recon bot here, and I should have been playing behind that. Jet would never have gotten me. I would have still gotten intel. We would have known they were on B. I would have been faster I would have been faster looking at entry into site. I would have been covered by Chamber and Omen. It was just a bad situation. So, our team. Reyna be back. I can't remember. I try to make callouts when I know exactly where people are. Sage behind Jet. But I think when I'm dead, I should shut up a bit more.
Fuck me, dude. A little rusty.
Yeah, 4v2. It hurts.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
All right. Unfortunate round.
Nice try.
Unfortunate round.
What do you mean?
It's okay.
No.
We win.
This team was talkative, and it's really nice to get a chatty team, especially when they have something to say.
We win the game, guys.
Reyna was dink, dude. No, he probably healed or sage healed him. I don't know.
I'm just gonna test commands here just to see. I've been trying to set up our bot. Yeah, nothing. Okay, so I rotate over to A because nobody's supporting. I take it quiet because I want to hold. I want to hold tube here. So I don't have.
It might be A or mid.
I'm saving here. I
Yeah,
don't
mid
have
to A.
my hunter. I don't have my flash. Horrible flash once again.
Anything A.
Don't really know the purpose.
Spike planted.
Oh, I heard the chamber. Okay, duel, not the greatest. Or go for the weapon swap. It's a 4v3 scenario. We should be playing together here ideally. Our Jet's getting great picks with the Marshal. This flank, they probably expect it, but it's still worth it to try to pull it off because you want to pressure them from all sides. Oh, this is the old map. This is the old freeze.
One enemy
right there.
remaining.
Cubby.
Nice. Okay. So that peek out of smoke is probably ideal. So when approaching a smoke, often our teammate smoking for me wasn't ideal, wasn't the greatest. But with that situation, it was if it had been, it should have theoretically. Hold on, let's go over to Valoplant. Whoops. Here. It should have, theoretically, we're gonna grab a dark cover. Should have been more like this. Ideally, what you want to do, and this is, keep in mind, this is the new map. So things have changed a bit. So their breach was here, and their jet was here. Ideally, what you want to do as a controller is smoke as far forward as possible, which gives, if you're going aggressively. So that gives me the opportunity here. I probably should have. See, I should have kept my bird for this, because this is where bird would have been ideal. Is guiding light out this side here. But it worked. It wasn't insane, but it worked. So when approaching a situation like a smoke like this, and keep in mind that at this point, this is what the wall looks like. So there's all this empty space as well. So what I want to do is isolate an angle. So I want to, oh, come on, give me a different color. I want to exit here, boop, and that way I have line of sight onto this brim right here instead of this dark cover. Instead of the dark cover being further in which case me exiting here gives line of sight to the jet. So controllers, the Omen did a good enough job that I isolated the brim, and then had an isolated fight with the jet. So I walk out here.
Copy.
Smoke comes in. Like he can move that forward for sure. But I have free here. I had intel from minimap. Jet was just to my side. I heard her as well. It was easy. We get the eco round, pick up a Spectre. Haven't invested anything in terms of shields. We get 2 Spectres, even better. And we go on to the next round with full buys.
Gun here.
Yeah. So this is something that I personally really believe in, and obviously it will vary from person to person, but first round, always gun. You always get the util that you need and not more. So as Cypher, on attacker side, I will always buy 1 tripwire, 1 cage. On defender side, I will buy 2 tripwires, 1 cage. And that is solely because I don't need 2 tripwires on attacker side. I only need 1 to hold our flank. And if I don't need to hold our flank because the team that we've been playing against doesn't flank, then I can use that on site and cover site entrances. And I need the cage to make isolated fights, to get us into positions on bind. I like to throw my cage to the left side entering hookah so that we can isolate any fight there, play window, or to the right side isolate any fight in the back cubby of hookah, and play out. And maximizing your util like that is extremely important. So with Skye, I've been playing around a bit. I'm trying to get better at using Skye healing, especially on pistol rounds. It is so important. It is so important to have healing on pistol rounds, because having that edge of XP, of HP, is insane. It's insane to be able to have an opportunity to heal, go back into the fight fresh. Otherwise, you're just chipping damage away at each other, and it's the first one who chips the most damage off the other. So, first round, play to your util as best as possible. Don't buy all of it. Keep, if possible, a good, 200, 300, 400 in the bank for next round. I generally end up with like 500 with Cypher unless I'm on attack, in which case I'll buy a Ghost, because it's just, with the Ghost it's just aim labs. And you can spam things because it's got a silencer. Then round 2 is all dependent on round 1. Round 2, and this is where a lot of people disagree. Round 2, I say, if you win round 1, you buy. If you lose round 1, you save. You just save. Because that way, if you lost round 1, the enemy team is going to have monetary advantage. And you are not going to be able to buy Heavy Shields Inspector. Unless you got 1 or 2 kills. And they're always going to have monetary advantage, whether or not they get the bomb down. Or whether or not you get the bomb down. So round 2, you save if you lost round 1. That way, round 3, you have enough. Keep 2,000 in bank. You can buy whatever you want. Just keep around 2,000, 1,900 in bank for next round, which will always allow you, no matter what, to buy Vandal or Phantom and full shields, heavy shields. If you do win, force round 2. Absolutely. Buy your Spectre, buy your heavy armor, and go insane on the other team. Make sure you get that advantage as early as possible. Round 3, they'll have a full buy. You'll still hopefully have some resemblance of a buy. But if you died round 2, then don't buy anything round 3. And try to pick up a gun off their body and mow them down. That way, round 4, if you won round 1 and round 2, you have a buy. This is where a lot of people disagree. Some people say force every round 2, no matter whether you win or lose. And I don't. I haven't been playing by that standard. But what's most important, above all of these things, no matter what you think the game should happen, play with your team. If your team is full buying, even if you don't think it's a good idea, and you tell them that, and they're like, we're going to full buy anyways, play with them. Don't be the asshole who has like 5,000 in bank and is just playing classic and light shields because you think you should be saving. Play with your team. It's something that I've been having the best time with recently is like, okay, I'm down on my luck. I haven't gotten kills. I've only got enough for a Spectre and light shields. My teammates are forcing. I don't get it. I can't force. Hey, can we save this round? No, I'm going to force up. I've got enough to buy. Okay, cool. I buy Spectre, light shields, and I mow somebody down, switch a Phantom. We win the round because we had enough guns, and we move on to the next round. And I'm all the better for it because I played with my team. Also, don't be that one jerk who buys a Phantom just because you have enough money to. If you have enough money, buy somebody else on your team. Buy yourself a Spectre. Buy somebody else on your team a Spectre or an Ares or whatever their preferred weapon is. Marshal. Invest a Marshal in that Jet who's been hitting those wacky headshots. Invest a Sheriff somewhere. Make sure that your team has an okay buy. Don't invest one Phantom because you have the money to. So, moving on. So that's round 2 that we pulled from them. So we can buy here. We have enough to buy. We should be buying. And I'm not calming that to my team, which is unfortunate. I should be telling them I'm buying this round.
Push them out.
I'm gonna dog from this angle here, which I've come to learn is one of the worst angles. Because even though it gives me visibility and I can cover the side on my own, I'm stuck there. I am absolutely stuck right here. Even on this new map, I think. Yeah. So me being here, boop, let's just quickly delete those guys. Oh, you drag it to here. I mean, let's say the enemy jet is here. Let's say the enemy jet is like, she's playing for a pick. And I'm here in this corner. I dog out. And I trailblaze her. I still have to cross. And if there's more people here, I'm screwed. I'm dead. It takes so long for me to get to here. Even though I'm Sky, it's selfish for me to use a flash for myself. Like, yeah, I do need to get myself out of that situation. But then I'm one flash down and stuck on site right here where it's hard to cross here as well. Like, it's a whole bad situation. So what I've been doing recently is playing to this side right here. Even if you play here, that's a horrible situation unless you're Omen or Yoru and you have a way to get the fuck out of there. So playing behind these crates, allowing to dog about even more distance, and they would actually have to entry into sight. I can be covered from somebody posted right here, or posted up on top of these boxes, or even here you have a really good line of sight. If you're at this angle, you have a pretty good line of sight here. So, this is a stupid position. I think that I actually get punished for it in this game multiple times. I don't remember, though. Sometimes it's good to have it just in the back pocket. It's great around Vipers. So if the enemy Viper is throwing up a wall through a site, it's great to punish that Viper wall. It's great to be on the other side of it and punish it. But don't pull it off too often. You end up stuck. It's not ideal.
Ooh, he had no armor. That was elbow.
So our jet is doing exactly what a jet should be doing. Playing Marshall, posted in window, taking that mid control away from them.
A thing on tunnel.
We should be rotating fast here. Like, I should have my knife out. I know that mid is clear. Our Reyna knows that mid is clear.
Nice.
That's one of the things that I'm the worst at, is rotating fast, being snappy, being on the dot about it. Knowing when to pull my knife out, knowing when to run with my gun. It's something that I'm working on, and it's something that I would like a coach to help me out with, is like, when do I do fast rotates? When do I do slow rotates? What's the ideal situation here? Because I found myself, you know, really slow to sight and missing a defuse, or with my knife out and getting fucked. So here at Jet, I don't really know why she doesn't pick the Vandal. There's one in spawn.
Hard agree.
It's free. There's a free Vandal in spawn.
Yeah, if anybody wants it. I don't know what you guys are doing. Gun here. So you gotta sell your gun for later. You're slowly. I'm just kidding.
So, same position again.
I know.
Not great. I'm solo on A, so I should really be keeping a back position. Look, I end up screwed. I can't move anywhere here. I can't do shit. I'm stuck in this corner. And I'm gonna have to use one of my flashes to cross. I can't capitalize on it. It's just not good. It's not an ideal position.
More there.
I should be counter strafing there. Something else I'm practicing. Practice your counter strafe. So important. So important. And instead of like lifting your finger off the keys to counter strafe, this might be stupid. This might just be me. This might just be me being dumb. But instead of lifting your fingers off the keys to counter strafe, press the other one in tandem and then just lift off. So like if you're going right, hit the left button at the same time and you'll just stop. And turn on movement inaccuracy on one layer of your crosshair, and figure out like when it dips. I'll give an example at some point in one of these guides. I just want to get over my mistakes here.
Oh.
Last player standing.
Actually, I should be taking notes. Let me pull up a sticky note real quick. Boop. Cool. We'll just have a sticky note here. So, locking yourself in for positions. Useless. Util use. Unable to trade off of it. Hunter strafes. Play with team. Econ included. Boop. Cool. So we've got a bit of a growing list here. So locking yourself in poor positions. Oh, and isolating. 1v1s. Cool. So we'll just add to that anytime there's something, and we can make notes. All right. So, our Omen's taking a 1v4, and like he has the capacity to do it. I trust, but it's just not the best. It's not the best. So, being
another fight.
Aware.
Clean slate. Let's leave whatever happened in the past.
Player count. 1v4. 1vx. Because honestly, he had a Vandal, and you don't really want to be giving that gun up. You really don't want to be giving that gun up. If they didn't have any significant, if there was even one player on their team that could pick up that gun where it was an upgrade, it was a throw. You might as well just keep that gun. He did get 2 kills off of it, so nice, but he should have been playing for exits rather than playing for frags.
The spikes are real, my friends.
So this is a bit of a better position. I've got an easier cross. I've got my Omen ahead of me.
Let's play.
We hear... Oof. Oof. Okay, we hear the ult come out. So the first thing is, what does it mean? So when you hear an ult come out, you got to be aware of like whose ult it is and what it means. Chamber ult generally means they're going to be playing long angles because it's basically an operator. It gives you whole reign over long angles. So this Jet, here's the op, should pull back. Immediately should pull back. This Chamber, play closer. I should play closer to this door right here. Because we know they're coming running and we want to trade that op. We want to at least trade the op. Ideally, we would get them in a close corner situation. Closed quarter situation, and just shit on the Chamber. But we're unable to do that. We end up trading our Jet. Well, we end up getting our Jet picked off of that. We know there's 2 in mid. Let's see. How do I react? I'm in dog here. I shouldn't be in front of double. There we go. I move out of double. We should be playing close to double, but not in double. We know they're going B. We push together here as a team, hopefully. So I need to play it slow here, make sure that there's nobody coming from here. Our Omen taking the flank. I notice her on minimap only. We know that there's one there. Our Omen gets a pick. It's really good. It's a 3v3 scenario. We just got our asses whooped. There's the op. I should have known that. I should not have jumped into that.
Just save, brother.
Perfect call. Just save. It's a, once again, as we just said, 1vx. Yeah, you got a gun, full armor. You might as well keep it all. Yeah, 1vx, you don't want to be peeking those wide angles. That was an unfortunate play from our arena.
Win.
Oh.
Show me where to go.
Was I lagging or?
I am.
Alright, so I want to go B, because A has not been working out for me. Fortunately, both our duelists are on A. Ulting off the rip, not the greatest idea. It's better to find late players, but they've been playing really fast, so might as well get that early intel. I should be capitalizing off this. I follow them. I should follow them. Good. That's a good play. Is following them instantaneously. 132. I get the damage. It's with the Spectre, so worth it.
Anybody mid?
Should have been a
Chamber
kill.
was
Could have
pushed
been a
up
kill. Nice. Our Reyna exits out of there. Good play.
Yeah, they're all elbow. They're all elbow.
Two more up elbow.
That's 3. Good control element. Unfortunate, but the spray control's
I think
there.
there's somebody right
The
here.
taps are there.
Player standing.
See, in the open, gets the pick, isolates a 1v1.
Ooh.
Can't remember if this is a... No, I think this is a death. Yeah.
Oh, bullshit.
Shouldn't have wasted both
That
smokes.
shot is
But
face, bro. That's racist.
our...
I feel something over there. Can't place it.
I should be
us,
checking
Good.
my
You committed, I guess. I have
my
operator.
moves, not anybody else's moves. So always good to
They
check start
are
around
so dead.
what your team's econ is like. We're pulling out the op here, so we've got the
Yeah.
teleport here. We're going for mid control because that's how they stomped
Imagine
us last
choosing
round.
not a
So
French voice
it's a
actor.
good. I gotta say,
The
it's a
voice
good.
act- the French
It's a good
character.
counteract to what they just pulled.
Time to hunt.
That's a safe spot for me to dog from. I get early intel,
Yeah, they're getting orbited.
so I can walk up there really easily. I've cleared. Grabbing orb. We've got a. I'm gonna try to pull a
Chambers got
flank
ult.
here, but I'm on long angles. So
Mm.
honestly, I think that they might have had enough for an op here. So if they just held
Nice, Omen.
from op, oh, that was perfect
Chamber
play
was last in cave.
on the pipes
I'm gonna
angle
try
with
to
our
get some
omen.
help.
So I'm pulling the long
Oh,
flank
okay.
here, clearing all the angles because I'm paranoid. I really should
One
be a
ropes.
bit faster about that. Like I should be there now. I should have executed.
One enemy
Unless I'm holding
remaining.
the flank.
That's Spike.
Spike down A.
Nice. Think he's ropes, no? Oh no, you got it.
Yeah, holding the cave. I'm open
Anybody
to
want
2
the
angles there, so ideally I would be
Yes,
closer to
sir.
one wall trying to
If
like
you
isolate
see
one of
my
the angles
creatures,
or
it's
at
a
least
good
make
thing,
them
alright?
into one by
figure out what they
holding
do
both
eventually.
doorways in my sight
This is my
as a
I'm gonna go
straight
A
line.
this time.
So
He's
not
working
ideal.
For me.
But it still worked for me.
Yeah, I'll trade with you.
Partly because I have no idea what I'm doing, but
What? Dude, the best setup for B is a slow here
Sorry about the mic there.
and a slow back here.
So
Sorry, Chamber.
once
I
again,
should've just let you play Cypher.
Time to hunt.
the chamber here doesn't have any util placed on me,
That's
so
3 up tunnel.
I'm getting the intel. Another flash that's worthless. I know they're there. I'm getting nothing more off of this. This is a really open angle, and I don't
Got
even
80
get the
Bram
trade.
pushing beacon.
So I should be running
now.
to wall here, at the very least. If I'm gonna re-enter site, I should be running to wall, because otherwise I have nowhere to go. I would have to run back to wall or head back towards where I know there are enemies possibly coming out. So definitely not my smartest play. But let's see if our team can capitalize off of this.
Spike planted.
One B back.
Enemy spotted B.
So they're jump picking us. They know we have the op. This is a perfect play for our chamber to come out. Oh, but he's walled off.
Oh shit. Jet. Yeah, you see him.
Last player standing.
Yeah, he should have been breaking that wall a whole lot earlier,
Chamber, you
putting
trolling?
pressure on.
nah.
So one of the things about Sage walls, oh hi Fox, nice username. Tonight it's just me. I'm doing a stream on Valorant Improvement Guide, and then we'll do some Noita with wands and magic and crazy pixel stuff. It's no worries for being late. We're just going over a game from like a month ago. So breaking Sage walls, really important off the rip. You want to make sure that you put pressure. You want to make sure that you're there, that you're putting pressure, that the Sage can't actually be sure that her wall is safe.
I just didn't know what to do.
I didn't realize you walled off.
Do not mistake my smile.
So
Take this
what are we
off
looking
there.
at? We've got enough for full buys all around. Our enemies have enough for at least one operator. And we want to be really careful of that. So ideally, I shouldn't be picking that angle. There we go. So this is an angle that I've trained a lot, but once again, there's an operator possibly in play, so this is still a stupid,
Don't worry, boys.
stupid
Triple right here.
angle for me to take,
Probably going
especially with a Phantom where 2 headshots are required to get a kill here. Our Omen smokes it off, so I move, which isn't too bad. We see them heading double, so I should peek out cave here. I hear one. Do I hear one? No, I don't hear one. Our jet clears it.
Amen.
Prepare for hellfire.
One enemy remaining. Spike down mid.
Spike mid doors.
Breaking wall,
last
putting
one was the main.
pressure.
I got a river
It's
vandal.
ideal. But it didn't really break much. So I'm pulling out the flank here, or at least holding his rotate. Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, no, the worst part isn't finding the huge ass spider. The worst part is losing it.
Here, I'll cover B. I feel like they're gonna go B.
Because then you
Omen
know
B,
it's there, and you don't know where it
smoke off
is.
elbow. Elbow and tunnel if you want, but mainly elbow.
I think honestly on Breeze I should be playing Vandal a lot more because of the one tap headshot.
Like
Here.
here.
Because I can normally consistently hit it, so I should be playing to that advantage.
Time to hunt.
We've discussed this angle. The dog is okay. It gets intel. But I'm smoked off, so I should take mid control here.
One enemy remaining.
Get the op down mid.
That's what
I
I'm
know
looking
where the
down,
last one
B.
is. I know she's here. I can come in behind her, although I'm peeking out of a smoke, so I'm at a disadvantage. Walking towards main.
We have spike.
That's done.
Maybe
Quick break.
mid.
Nice.
So, that was
Gun here.
a good play all around,
you what.
isolating.
A day working the farm would do these.
Honestly,
fellas good.
adrenaline stays for so long, Fox. It's
Told you they
insane.
go B, bro. Easy clap.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
do the same smoke elbow
Anything that
every
we can.
time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Guns. By to circumstance. Like Vandal on Breeze. So this is a bit of the list that we have so far. Is don't lock yourself in poor positions where you can't escape readily. Use utility. Be careful of useless utility use. So make sure that you can trade off something like a sky flash. Counter strafing, really important. Play with your team, especially in terms of economy. If the team is buying, then buy as well. Isolate 1v1s as best as possible. Being aware of player count is important in case you're in a 1vx scenario. Making sure that you can maximize the way you take that, the way you play your life, and buy to circumstance. For example, Vandal on Breeze. Yep. Cool. Keep going. So I'm playing this angle, which normally I would be really good at, but because I have a Phantom, I don't think I'm able to get any significant kills off of this angle for the whole game.
With an op.
Coming to my team, what happened last round?
You want to play?
What happened
Let's
last round?
play.
There we go. So Chamber went mid with an op last round. Our Jet, I think, is playing Marshall or op. So our Jet
Play
is
back.
taking mid control, double doors
Go for
control.
retake all of
Chamber's been spotted caves.
Okay, no one back
So the
here.
rotate is normal here, although we should have one anchoring ideally.
Enemy spotted A.
We know that there's one pipes jumping out
Yeah, he's right
here, dogging out here. Just not the greatest plays. Like, I'm out in the open,
Spike down
especially
A.
with double open. Yeah, and he just rotates around
enemy remaining.
around square boxes.
Player standing.
Nice.
Nice.
Fortunately, our Reyna can clutch it up. But honestly, we all put ourselves in an open spot where we were open to this angle
Last
right
round
here.
in the half.
And we could have closed that door
Here, free sheriffs for all.
and just maximize that situation.
Oh, never mind. Only two.
Gun
There's
here.
one here.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Nothing.
Yeah, free sheriff. They were free sheriffs.
Yeah, I got the cleanest sheriff on the market, brother.
I don't know. Shazam would disagree with you.
Racist.
That's a bit of a joke. Shazam likes the Ion Sheriff like a lot. He finally got it in his shop after months. So we know they're investing util here. Breaking blind is important. Getting some tags. I've got 7 in mag. I don't need to reload here, but I do because our Jet has my back. Just spam that. That's where she died. It's important that I keep that open.
I missed. I'm trash.
I still have dog. I know they're executing behind me though. So our
Here.
I don't know why I'm not turning around. Like here I should be looking behind me. I know they executed behind me. Huh.
Spike planted.
Also should be playing with my team. That was lucky. That was purely luck. Flashing out here, important, gives me intel, but I can't make it work for me. No worries, Fox. This is more of an analysis stream. If there's anything that you see of my gameplay, I don't know. Just let me know. But our Reyna pressuring this wall is like what should be done. So we know that the Sage is up close here because she walled. Yeah, getting double peek there. Unfortunate.
What the fuck? These are weird.
Switching sides.
Let's go. I got things to do.
So here, playing to util.
Let's do slow B, baby.
Playing to util is important. Getting all my util up,
If I die,
especially the heal.
And so, Chamber, you got a Tilly? Yeah.
I can also flash out if you want it.
No, don't waste it yet.
So yeah, I should be listening to our teammates' callouts here, because
Yeah,
if
you
I
could
do
use,
flash out,
TP to plant too and get out. It's another tactic.
smart plays.
Cover going
Our
out.
teammate has some good callouts here, and we should definitely be playing to him.
They walled
us.
Ooh.
So I have the liberty here. They probably know I'm going to be here. I know that one's mid. I saw them. I back out,
Blinded.
flash in, but they just ran back. We know that Reyna's mid.
She went deep
Flanking,
mid.
flanking.
I was wrong about where she went, and it
Flanking.
just it screwed me
One
over.
mid, one elbow.
Our chamber's able to make it work. Sight is clear. Our chamber should be here, but he's playing for the frags, so our Reyna should push up to him.
One enemy remaining.
Last one was B main.
Sniper CT, yeah.
Upgrading the gun, but reloading out in the open, just not ideal.
Teleport's ready.
I'm gonna add that to the list because it's a thing that happens a lot. Is reload
Watch him be window.
win
Nice.
save. There we go. Missed that, but not important.
Gun here.
They don't have a single
So
life.
here we move on to the round where we buy, like we full buy, and I should not be buying a Phantom here no matter what. You don't want to put early Phantoms into their hands if you die.
Should we try and push up mid? Maybe like to A.
Mid push is
Double?
interesting. At the same time,
I'd say
Yeah.
mid, get a pick, and then decide A or B.
okay.
That's good.
So we have a strategy here.
Okay.
Here.
I'll
And I
try
think-
and go mid.
I
Take
think
a
it's
spike.
not a horrible strategy, but them having both a Jet and a Chamber who are renowned good op users, and possibly by extension Marshall users, probably puts our mid angle at a bit of a disadvantage because they could still force Marshall.
I have the spike.
Ended.
So we get that pick early. It's great. I push up here. We know that one's mid. I can drop in on him, even though it
One
gives
less.
anymore.
that poor Reyna. I think I do this a couple more times. But that Reyna consistently pushes out double doors, and identifying patterns is
I can
insane.
flash
So we
out.
know where they are.
No, last
Yeah,
one
and we
fell.
know where last one is. B. A is a free site. We take it. We plant.
Nice.
Nice guys.
Our Jet can play a bit aggro because it's a 4v1 we're all good. I'm going to add to this list. What is it? Oh, recognize patterns.
I think Sage usually says B.
Recognize patterns. Avoid making your own. So you really want to be unpredictable. It is very hard to play against a player who never uses the same thing. As Cypher, I try to vary my setups as much as possible to avoid them just knowing exactly where everything is. I noticed that the Reyna walked out of double again, so I can either take her from this side and hold the flank, or I can drop out
I have a trademark there.
of double again. We know the
He's
trademark's
nasty
there.
with it.
I don't know why I'm
And
pushing
then
up.
Axe.
Oh, I want to play off this trademark. So this util is nice. I want to play off that trademark. I get that pick. It's free. The Vandal's free. It's a free weapon upgrade. I don't have to spend any money next round. I can.
Yo, it looks like we got A control mostly.
One enemy remaining.
We take the site.
Ooh,
Our
shit.
Omen keeps his push while we hold our flank. You want to be careful of double here. Just holding it. I'm covered from ropes. We know that the last one's mid, so the plant goes down, the smoke comes out, and there should be a free Vandal on my body. Both of them should have good weapons that we stole from the enemies and made it our round. So we definitely played for picks there. It was ideal. It was exactly what we should have done. I can buy here for myself, and it's fine.
Guys, how am I top bragging right now? I'm the worst player here. So you guys can do better than this.
Our Jet plays mid with the op. We know she.
If the Reyna
look.
dies this time.
See, she instantly recognizes the pattern. 2 times in a row, the Reyna has pushed out of double doors. Our Jet grabs op, is going to hold that angle and just destroy the Reyna. Hopefully.
Let her come
Fingers
in.
crossed. At the very least, she has the jump on her. Dogging out here, getting that intel, clearing the cubby, making sure that this corner spot isn't... There we go. There's the pick. There's the pick from Jet. So, just making sure
I'm coming.
that corner's clear. I don't know why. That was a horrible thing for me to do. This right here, if you identify this in your gameplay, stomp it out as early as possible. Stomp it out. You do not want to be
I'm coming.
flipping between your knife and your gun. Here, no need for me to do this. I make myself useless and vulnerable for about a second, and that's enough for anybody to kill me. If there had been somebody
Playing for
ropes there,
K.
I would be dead. And not even a lick of damage.
I'm watching upper.
Here.
The Vandal mid.
This is a horrible spot for me to hold. I should be holding closer to boxes. Although, ideally, one of us should be watching double. See, when somebody's actually there, I have no way to cross out. I end up flashing myself. That was more of a panic play than anything. Yeah, that was a panic play for sure. Our Chamber and Jet are doing probably the smartest thing you can, which is playing for defuse.
Nice. You win.
Nice.
We keep the op up.
Oh, wow. You guys suck.
Got here in the nick of time.
Shit,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
little
Probably
ripper,
could
that
have
was
probably
insane.
could have had
Keep it up, love.
another frag there if the reload had been pulled a bit earlier. I don't have enough to buy our Chamber. Fortunately, somebody else does, making sure that we all have a full buy. So here,
Do you have enough money for next round?
I
can
want
buy.
to play.
It should
I
be
want to play for this
2000
Reyna. I want to
or
make sure that
19.
this Reyna is not
I'll buy.
getting back into her habit of pushing this. We want to punish this and capitalize off of it as much as possible. So getting that dink on the Chamber, we want to make sure that they don't have mid control. Looking back between those two spots, holding my
I
angles.
shot him through your legs.
The chamber's dinked.
Spike
Traded.
down mid.
Their healer's down.
Good trade.
Reloading.
Dogging out here, getting us cover. getting us through cover, making sure there's nobody in those smokes, nobody behind wall, those hard angles that would hurt if we tried to execute B main. So B main should normally be clear here, and you only have to clear B back. I'm trying to pressure them.
One enemy remaining.
Last one mid.
Holy shit.
That was just bad of me. I had util out, and I was out in the open. I should have been behind cover. We know where the last one is, and it's an easy frag and a win. 2 more rounds for us to secure. They haven't gotten one since the half, so we're doing good.
Lucky boys.
We're looking good on attack.
Actually, we're better.
I have extra money if anyone needs.
So here I should be communicating to my team. I think my goal is either to lurk A and try to get A control once they rotate off, or get a frag and try to. No, actually, I'm trying to fake A presence. So I should be telling them to play slow and play quiet. Although it looks like they are anyways. I know that there are 2 here.
Found one.
I know that there's one in mid. I can capitalize off of this. She knows I'm there. I know she's there. And I just can't make the Ares work.
Nice.
I can't make it work against the Ares.
One enemy remaining.
So those split pushes are really important. I don't know why Spike I don't know why Spike is off in mid. So keep an eye on Spike. Call it out if teammate. Oh, call out your teammates. So you want to make sure that Spike is always heading to site because it's an extra 500 creds around for every Spike plant. You want to make sure that you're getting those creds. You want to make sure that your econ is as optimized as possible. And there's also an extra ult orb. It is like insanely important to get Spike down if you can. And Spike, if lost here, this Sage, all she has to do, kill 1, kill 2, and then hold, because she has control of Spike. And that can turn a 1v4 situation into hell if you're trying to pick up Spike and plant, and she has time working in her favor. So just make sure that Spike is always safe. There is absolutely no harm in leaving Spike behind. Leave Spike behind. So you want to make sure that it's always covered. So here in this instance, you could, well, we know where she is, but let's say we had one pushing A and one pushing B. You could easily leave Spike in this corridor right here. There's no one who's going to get to it because they would walk into one of our players. It's always safe. And if need be, you can always rotate back to it and pick it up or get it on your way to another site. So you kind of want to leave Spike in safe positions. And especially if you're doing well aggressively against a team, there's no harm in just leaving bomb behind. Your win condition isn't always get Spike down and get Spike planted and protect it. Your win condition can also be rip guns from the enemy's hands. And in scenarios where you're low on econ, like sometimes it's just better. Sometimes it's just better because you can end up with a team like saving 3 people against 5 or 2 people against 5. And those are 2 weapons that you're missing out on. And especially if it's an operator and they're saving the operator, you really want to punish that. So your win condition isn't always getting the Spike down. And here our win condition is obviously getting the spike down. It's nice to keep them on low econ, but it's also more important for us to make sure that we have enough money to buy what we need, especially with our jet popping off, especially with the insane util usage that we've had from Omen being able to smoke things off and Chamber being able to block off spots. And we want to get those ult orbs, especially on Chamber. We want that free operator.
Should I go B?
Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, come be. Silly.
So
Nothing
here,
mid.
that's a shitty call.
Damn it.
And there she is.
down mid.
There she is. I did not remember this happening, but this is karma. This is karma being a bitch. She gets the 2 kills. She has control of this spike. She can isolate these fights, get the jet. She knows she's there. She saw the util usage. She gets the jet and then turns around, expects the Omen flanking, and it's game over for us. That's a round that she secured in a 1v4 scenario. So that spike should have gone to A. We knew where she was. That spike saying, come to B, silly, is the worst call you could make. Because to go to B, you have to cross. To go to A, you just get into cover, duck into cover, and you're free to A. Nice. Fortunately, our teammates clutch it up.
So close.
But
Yeah,
sadly,
you're
Match point.
Come on, squad. Gotta play that here.
yep. But sadly, it's just not
Push
enough.
mid.
Like it wasn't ideal. She pulled 2 guns from us, possibly 3, and broke some shields.
What if we just all peek the Reyna?
And it was just bad.
Make it challenging.
I can't
The
remember
Brim
where I
also
got
likes
to.
to swing out a
Eyes off
double.
me.
Run it down mid, baby. Mid to B. Usually doors.
Reyna's mid doors.
So we take double control here.
Do
We're
it.
playing off those well-known spots, making sure wall banging here, making sure they're not holding those tight angles. We know where the Sage is. She showed her presence. B mid.
I wasn't looking.
Down mid.
I died to the Marshal here, and we shouldn't have been in mid for that long, and we should not be in mid for this long.
Like 3 people opting.
We should have been out of there a long time ago. We're getting flanked.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's why you move out fast, is because you get flanked so fast. We lose 2 ops here that they take control of, and on defending side, that's insane for them. That's insane. So we just got our asses whooped.
Dude, Omen, we're trash,
Take
bro.
aim.
We both missed
Zephyr.
that jet.
Let's not complicate it.
That was just a whiff round. That's all it was.
Fortunately,
don't
it's
push
only
mid.
1 more round to secure, but every round matters, and that round was a uselessly lost round. We could have won the game there, gotten the extra rank up points, and made it work.
Embarrass them.
And also, we're on a teeter buy here, so we are not looking good for next round. Dogging out, we hear the Marshal, we know that the ops are probably recovered.
Jet and Brim, Jet and Brim.
We shouldn't be pushing this. Our Omen smokes it off, and flashing here is okay. And I get the tick damage, but once again, I pull out my knife, and it's the most useless thing I can do.
Look out. I got the spike.
I end up between a rock and a hard place here. And the flank.
Ah,
just
Reyna was flanking. 83
flank.
on Sage.
Yeah.
3 killed.
Yeah. So honestly, is
Let's try.
we're gonna add
Damn,
mindful
no
of
close, bro. Would you hit him for 80?
mindful of
Follow my
time.
pack in. I'll lead us right to the enemy.
Don't
0. Okay.
stagnate.
Hey, you at least got 2 bodies.
So you want to be sure that you're not just standing in the same spot, because the longer you stay there, the more vulnerable to flanks you make yourself.
21-12, baby. The mirror KD.
And 12-8, and they only have 4 rounds left to push us into OT. Traded, perfect. Yeah,
Holding that tight corner.
the Brim was not cleared. He managed to capitalize so much off of us. Here we rotate. Here we should be rotating.
Sage seen 2.
We should be making sure that we're getting the fuck out of there. But sadly, we don't.
Get out of my way.
we don't have any util on the flank.
Get behind left city. Never mind, understairs.
Interesting
One
flank
enemy
here.
remaining.
Get him, Omen.
And that's just
Player standing.
the unfortunate case
We got a
of
troller, boys?
wanting to do flashy
We
plays.
got a
Like,
troller.
it is so useless. This is not the first time
Nice.
that I've seen a game lost to
Attackers
flashy
win.
plays.
Thanks for your
Knife
team.
kills.
And good riddance.
You say it.
Don't.
Top rack.
Get you extra points. And I know that you want to look like Dapper. I know that you want to look like your favorite player, but they don't bring any advantage to you, so there's really no point. So, this was a 16 RR game, not much for me. 16.9% headshot accuracy. It's been going down recently, and I don't really know why. I've been trying to do better. But let's go over some of the things that we observed here. We're going to pull up Valoplant side by side with our notes here. And how was that there? Oh, never mind. Sorry, I'm just slow. We're just going to have to go back. Oh, there we go. Cool. We're just going to delete that. So, locking yourself in poor positions. Positions like this one are ones that you have to use util to actually get out of. So avoid that as much as possible. Play angles where you can retreat a bit better, like this one right here, where you can duck behind here, and even if they push in, you won't be caught between a rock and a hard place having to cross cover. You can play a double angle here. You can have your teammates cover you from other sides, like here, to cover this, to make sure that you can retreat to boxes like this. Yeah, so locking yourself in poor positions. This is also a poor position right here. You have no way of retreating unless you're Yoru or Omen. Just make sure that you're not uselessly using util and putting yourself at risk. Speaking of useless util use, make sure that if your util is more, make sure you know the purpose for your util. So as Sky, as much as I get intel off of my use, as much as I get intel off of my utility, so I know that somebody's there. If my bird says blinded, and I can stun people with my wolf or dog, whatever. Make sure that you're optimizing it. So a dog, people will often shoot at a dog or a boombot, and even if the boombot doesn't kill, or the dog doesn't stun, you can still have a teammate swing off of that, or swing off of it yourself if you're Raze, and get a frag off of what would normally be them shooting at another player. So you're occupying their crosshair with your util. Make sure that you are certain of what your util is and optimizing it. You can dog for intel. There's no harm in that. But sometimes it might be better to flash when you can actually get a kill than flash to be able to cross. So, useless util use, unable to trade off of it. Counter strafes, just a good thing to practice. The way I've been doing it recently in Valorant is I wish I had key presses available, but I don't. Is instead of lifting my fingers off the keys, which takes a lot more time, and this is something that I learned off of Merked, is there are really good ways to practice your aim, and especially your counter strafes, and just getting more and more comfortable with them. Merked uses Vandal. I like Guardian. Oh, hold on. I want to make sure that these aren't strafing. So, walk to one side, stop, walk to one side, stop, run, 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 stop. And just getting faster and faster about that overall is definitely going to be very important in your future playthroughs, and you can even do it while in practice mode. Run, stop, 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 run. Anyways, integrating, I'm not warmed up, but integrating movement into your warm-ups, because it is one of the most important parts of this game, because it adds so much imprecision. Isolating 1v1s. Playing with team, econ included. Make sure that you are playing with your team. So let's say I'm solo on a site. I have a team that has invested a lot towards B site. Then I want to be playing here or here. I want to be playing in a manner that I can extract myself. I want to make sure that I can exit off site, wait for my team to rotate in. Even if they get the spike down, that doesn't matter. I don't want to be playing for that spike. I don't want to be forward. Like if I have the Cypher who places tripwire here and then plays back here, plays for double doors. Yeah, sure. I can play here. I can play here. I can play here. We can duo up and play together a bit more offensively, and try to get those frags off of like tripwire and cage and util and dog. But overall, you don't want to be playing forward when you have no teammates to back you up. Because otherwise you end up just saying, where's my team? Where's my team? You know where your team is. They're on the other site. That's your bad. And that's my bad. And I do it a lot as well. Including econ. If your team is buying and you don't have enough to buy, ask for a buy. Let them know that you can't buy. Say, hey, I'd rather save this round. If they're not going to save, play with them anyways. Play with them anyways. Do as best as you can. Buy up as best as you can. You don't want to be off timing with your team in terms of how your money is flowing and how it's coming in. Especially in competitive. Unrated, play as you wish. Competitive, not worth it. Isolating 1v1s. Smokes, it's super important that you use objects like smokes or walls all to your advantage, because you want to be sure that when you're entering a site, you can enter it safely. So we saw this earlier. There was a brim here, a jet here, and our omen smoked for me. It was enough for me to get through, kill the brim, walk out, kill the jet. You really don't want to be going in there dry, looking at the brim, and having, let's say the dark shade is a bit closer. So you're walking out here, you get killed by both of them, or you get shot at by both of them, and you're dead, and it's over. And you want to make sure that you're playing to your advantage and to the map's advantage. So here, like here, no smokes. You peek this, get the brim. You peek this, get the jet. You want to make sure to clear all your ankles, all that fun stuff. Being aware of player count 1vx. If you're in any situation that is not advantageous to you, consider not playing aggressively. It might seem simple, it might seem easy, but here, let's say they're playing for that spike. The spike is going to go off. It's okay. I can back up. They'll come out, and I can get at least one pick, and make it worth my while. Get a pick, maybe pick up a gun, maybe get the second pick, but I don't need to entry. I don't need to peek in. I don't need to go in on my own. I don't need to lose my gun. However, if you do have just a classic, nothing else, no util, go wild, go insane, because sometimes you can scare the shit out of them by doing some of the most reckless things possible. And if you have nothing to lose, being reckless is being unpredictable, and being unpredictable is to your advantage. But just being aware, playing smart. By the circumstance, I was playing this angle right here, which before didn't have this wall, with a Phantom. Not the smartest play. Should have been a Vandal to get those one-tap headshots instead of two-tap headshots. Know your guns. If you're a Sova main and you're playing on Ascent, there is honestly no reason to not wallbang this spot every round, especially if they've been pushing it a lot. You'll just get frags. You'll just get easy frags all the time. Reload when safe, and reload only when you need to. You can kill somebody on 7 bullets. 3 bullets, don't go for the flashy play. Duck behind cover, get the reload. 7 bullets, you don't need to reload. Recognize patterns, avoid making your own. We saw with the Reyna that kept pushing out double. She got traded 3 times there. It was a dumb play of hers. We got the frags, except for that one round, the first round, where we didn't expect it. And avoid doing stiff stuff like that. So if I'm constantly holding this angle, or I'm constantly putting up the same tripwires, they're going to know it's there. They're going to expect it. It's not going to be as efficient. Keep an eye on Spike and call out your teammates. You never, ever want Spike to be out of your control. In that situation where we saw the 1v4, there was an enemy Sage here. She took out 2 people in mid. She had control of Spike. She could have taken out the Jet. She could have taken out the Omen who was flanking, and all she had to do was take out the Jet, move this way, have an eye on Spike, and play time. You don't want to lose Spike. You want to make sure that Spike is covered. There is no harm in leaving Spike behind as long as you're controlling it. In a push like this one, you have total control of Spike. You have total control of Spike because you have total control of this whole area right here, if not a bit more. But this is the area that you know you have total control over. So anywhere in this, you can play Spike. Just know what your control zone is and where the holes are. So there's a breach here. Like you can easily have somebody sneak in behind you here, have an enemy sneak in behind and just control Spike. And you don't want that to happen. So ideally, a split push would look a bit more coordinated. Leaving Spike between players, know where your control zone is. What is your win condition? Sometimes you don't always need to play to Spike. It doesn't have to be that you plant Spike and Spike and avoid defuse. It can be that you kill all people and pick up their guns. It can be sometimes your win condition can be losing. Sometimes your win condition can be, okay, we're not going to defuse Spike this round, or we're going to let them defuse, but we want to play those exit frags. We want to make sure that we can pick up guns off their body, because that will be a win in terms of economy. You can set yourself up for future rounds. Think of rounds outside of this one. Mindful of time, don't stagnate. If you're doing a mid execute and you've got a bunch of players mid, you're going to get flanked. It is so possible that you're going to get flanked, and it is so possible that the more time you spend here, the more likely you are to be flanked, and the more time you spend here, the more likely you are to get picked off, because more people will be converging towards you. So if you're doing an execute, make sure that it is committed and swift, or retreat. There is no harm in retreating either. Knife kills don't get you extra points, nor do shiny 360s. Don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth the clip. It's not worth posting it on your socials. It's not worth it. Just go for the safe plays. If you get something that comes naturally, sure, go ahead. But don't aim for clips. Don't aim for the ace. Get the kill, make use of your utility, make use of your health. It's all good. So that is today's basics. We are at 7:20. We're gonna take a quick break so that I can go relieve myself, and we'll be back with some Noita for the last little bit of the stream. I will be back in. Let me put the timer back up. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So that is, let's say 7. Yeah, we'll say 7:25. And I will see you then. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the stream. We're moving on to the second segment here, which will be the rest of the stream, and it's going to be Noita. If you have seen a recent YouTube video on our channel, this is a very, very interesting Finnish game that I have recently become obsessed with. Definitely check it out on Steam if you're into roguelites with complex mechanics and interesting worlds. So it is a dungeon crawler esque, and you get to build wands and do magic things. So we are currently since last time, I've learned a lot about how Noita works and how wand building works, and I've become relatively better at the game. So I am doing what is called set seed runs, where worlds are generated in seeds, like Minecraft. You can play the same world over and over again with the same items in the same spots by setting the seed through mods. So the current mod that I have right now is Seed Changer. It allows me to set the seed. I also have Spell Lab. If you want to learn how to play Noita, Spell Lab is the way to go. Open it up, go to the Spell Lab, and go through the challenge mode to figure out how to build wands and the like. Also, if you are interested in this game, I recommend you go check out a creator called McWeeb, whose name I'm going to put in chat. A Noita creator who, while he doesn't claim that he is as good as some other players in the community, he's really good at explaining it, and he's really good at giving the basics and the foundation for how Noita works. So we're just gonna jump right in. This is a seed that I played multiple times. So I kind of know how to start it off. I'm gonna turn the volume back on, just because it's a really nice sounding and looking game. I'm also gonna turn my screen brightness down a bit. There we go. Cool. And I'm sorry that YouTube chat looks kind of expanded. I'm still working on figuring out how to fix that. So here there should be a couple wands that are to my advantage. I want to get quite a bit of money because there are some wands in the Holy Mountain that I want to pick up relatively soon. Let me just check. That doesn't have an always cast. That doesn't have an always cast. None of these have always casts. Okay. There is an always cast damage plus wand somewhere here, and I can talk over what some of these things do. I have become relatively well acquainted with this game as of late. So, killing enemies gets you gold. Getting saturated with certain liquids gives you advantages and disadvantages. Blood heightens your critical chance. And it also avoids you catching on fire quite as much. Okay, cool. There will also be a health thing. I shouldn't have cracked you quite as early as that. Oh well, it's nice to have somebody. I want to make sure that I'm not too much in oil. Boop. I don't really remember. Oh, ow. That hurt. There's another wand here. This might be the one. Oh, this is the okay. This has the luminous drill, which we're gonna trade out for that. So I think we've got all the wands we need for the start of this run. Now we just need to collect gold. And from these, we can make 2 or 3 really good wands. what I remember. Okay, this one has teleportation. But this is a 10-7. This is a 22-38 with no shuffle. Okay, I don't remember. I do not remember. I'll put myself out real quick. So, let's see. Let's see if we can grab this one fast enough. Oh, right. So this wand isn't like good overall, but it does have the start of it has black holes, which are really nice. One of the better digging tools in this game. So this is a 10-7, which is really unfortunate to throw away. It just means that there's 10 milliseconds between casts and a 0.7 second recharge time, which means it shoots really, really quickly. I think normally this is one of the vessels that we do use, but I'm going to switch it out for this one. Because in my opinion, it is better to have the black hole. Even though we could probably pick it up a bit later game. Yeah. So we don't have a lot of late game content unlocked. Specifically because we haven't gotten very late game. So a lot of objects that are related to boss fights are not available to us. We only have 148 gold. That is very unfortunate. There we go. We're going to waste our water bottle on that one. Just because he does give a lot of gold. And I know there are better ways to do it, but I am at 33 HP right now, and I'm not really taking chances. $246. Okay, we want a tiny bit more, but this is also not a really good health base to have. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is a lot better. Cool. So this won't heal us, but it will turn our max HP up. Also, these guys will give us a ton of gold. With them being one-shot enemies. There we go. We want the max health. We have 326 gold, which is a good start. I think our next job is to kick this over. Oh, there's a... It's the bubble wand. We want the bubble wand. We'll trade this out. It's worse than the 10-7. Oh, no, it's better than the 10-7. And this only has Circle of Thunder. Yeah, it's mostly better than the 10-7. It's vastly better than this one. Okay, yeah. We don't really need... We don't really need spark bolts right now. But this is our main... This is going to be our main digging tool until we can find a wand. Okay. We really want to get down now into the Holy Mountain. Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah. To be expected, but we can redo this seed, fortunately. That was not a very smart start on my behalf. So, we want to keep the 10-7. And we want to trade out our starting wand and our bomb wand. Cool. Let's surface. Cold early is nice. I don't like you. Okay, we're going to fill this whole place up. keep the 10-7. Let's see if we can get money in a less risky way. Can't remember. Is this the ambrosia? Yeah. Yeah, so we want the ambrosia because that will give us protection from everything, including the much later game Cursed Rock. Or not much later, but can't really cross Cursed Rock until you find oof, ouch, my bones. Still haven't figured out what shiny orb is for. I should probably look it up at some point. Okay, so somebody picked up that one. That's unfortunate. We've got the hollow egg. We know that that spot does nothing. So we want to pick this one up. Trade it for this guy. Because this can be our new damaging. We don't really care about the spitter bolts. Ouch, chihuahua. That hurt. Up. Have a shotgun of my own now. Fear me. And we want to pick up the drill. Because it's going to be better than the alternative. Then, we actually want to trade one of these out for the black hole. Well, the black hole is common enough that we might be able to skip it. Especially if we get a giga black hole later on. Fortunately, just water damages that guy. So you don't have to really do anything insane to kill him. And I can... Oh, no, I can't. Oh, I thought I could take that guy through the ground. But the bolt is just not far enough. Some more money. We still got good health. 299. We're doing okay. Sorry, just clearing out the bots. Yep. Up. And we keep on moving. Oh, there's another one of you, the flaming guys. That's unfortunate. Okay. So, the way most wands work is that you want your spells to build upon each other. And you want to... there are multiple ways to force... Oh, I didn't know there was a chest here. There are ways to force wands into casting spells even if they don't technically have enough mana to cast the spell. Sure, I don't really care about that. I've got Levitatium, I've got Ambrosia. I'm doing okay. This should set that on fire. Oh. Fine, be like that then. I just want fire. And you can trigger different spells. So right now our main trigger is going to be this drill, which also reduces cast delay and recharge time, making it extremely efficient for what we want it to do. And it's going to, we're going to use it to cast these bubble sparks. Because bubble sparks also reduce cast delay. Yeah, not by much, but by enough to make it worth it. It's a slow process, but we do manage to make our way through these areas. I mean, technically we could use these to... it's a lot slower, and we'll be able to use them once we have them triggered by the drill. But you can use the bubble sparks to dig. We have 369. We have the luminous drill. We have the bubble spark. We have a 10-7. We'll be fine. We'll be fine for now. So we're going to pick up this heart right here. Boop. Oh, I forgot the extra heart that was above. It'll be okay. We don't need to pick that up. Don't need... This is generally the one I take. Because, well, this one has that. This one has the close range homing. And it also has the split projectile. But this one has the double spell. I think it's actually more worth to pick up. So because we're in a holy mountain, we can tinker with our wands. So is this better? Cast 8 spells at once? Not really. Not really better than any of these. We don't really need that vessel. We're gonna pick up another wand later on, and here we can get more love. Because at some point enemies will just start ignoring us if we have enough more love. So we want our fastest wand. I'm just clearing this out because I forget. This one's better than the... So if I reduce recharge time enough, what I can do here essentially is... Boop, boop. No, it's better to have it on a no shuffle wand. Oops. Is it though? I can't remember what the fastest one is. This casts 4 spells at once, which isn't worth it. This one didn't do well. Did I screw it up? I think I screwed it up. I think I was supposed to pick up this one. Oh no, I was supposed to pick up this one. I don't have enough to now. We'll do okay, I guess. We don't want this one. That's got a high recharge time. Don't really care about this one either. Why is this one better? Oh, great. Right, because it's no shuffle. Oh no, it is shuffle. What? Okay. Yeah, we'll just have to accept the fact that the 10-7 is just better. We're gonna pick up a good wand here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Should be right this way. So I don't know if anybody saw the previous video that I posted on Noita, but there has been a marked improvement in my quality of gameplay since then. So this is a mining wand as well. And this wand is going to have an always cast for healing, which is insane. Whoa. So we can tank a bit of damage here. because we'll be able to heal up right after this. Just by doing this. And because it's an always cast, it doesn't cost anything mana-wise, and it will cast every time it casts a spell on that wand, which is insane. It's insane. And this wand is also pretty stacked. So we want to pick up that one. And there's one more in here that we want to pick up. Ouch. Whoops. I'm out of levitation. Rookie mistake. Heal real quick. Definitely one of the best games in my library. It has got me in its grasp. It is an addicting game. And we're through. Just gonna insta-kill this guy. Uh-oh. This one being gone is unfortunate. Because that means that... Yeah, this guy has it. And this wand is okay, mostly because it has an add mana. That's what makes it so good. I wish I had Tinker with wands everywhere, because now I'm going to have to make a decision as to what I keep and what I don't. Not sure it's a decision I want to make. Because I remember this one being pretty okay. Oh, it has the death crosses. Oh, it has the death crosses. Oh. Ah, but the bubbles. I don't want to lose both of the bubbles. That's the issue. Because this wand is pretty juked on its own. But this is also a no shuffle. But it's 3 sky. Yeah, this is going to be our new primary because it's a no shuffle, and a single cast, which is nice. Okay, I'm sacrificing the bubbles. Do I even have any damaging wands anymore? Oh, yes I do. Okay. I think we still have a bunch of luminous drill triggers. So we're just gonna go through and pray that I have enough money, because I think I should have probably saved up a bit more. What we're gonna do is put user in timeout and then report. There we go. Cool. So, okay, we do have enough. We do have enough. Okay, those are the important ones. We could have gotten Earthquake Shot, but we don't really get unlimited spells for a little bit. Okay. So, this is our new main spellcasting wand. We're going to put critical on wet because there's literally no harm. We're going to put our luminous drill with timer. reduce recharge time between spell casts. Then we're going to... Oh, we're dual casting a triple. No, we're just tripling. We're just tripling. That's my bad. And Death Cross. No. Timer, then Death Cross. That way. Oh, it's so slow. I forgot about the recharge time. Let's try it down here. What we really want to avoid is having this Death Cross solo cast. Like that. Okay. So that it's dangerous on its own. We drill trigger. This will only cast 3. These are plus 13. And the recharge time is insane on this one. That's the issue, is that the recharge time is insane. Even if we add... Oh, wait, we could add mana. Here, we can reduce recharge, add mana. That'll be okay for a secondary wand. I don't really know if I care enough about these bursts of air. Actually, overall, this wand isn't going to be useful to us. Nor is this one. And this is too much of a liability right now. So let's try this one again. I think we've got a good setup for what could potentially be a really good wand. Maybe if we do the add mana and reduce recharge down here. I think that makes this one more powerful, and we can live without it on this one. This is going to add homing, and we're going to want that. We don't really want to. We'll add it on this one because we're going to keep this forever. Oh, maybe that was the dumbest idea ever. I didn't realize that it would send... Oh, I shouldn't have put homing on it. Okay, okay. Next run, remind me to not put homing on the wand that heals, because it will send the healing towards the enemies. Okay, we're okay. We just need a better wand body for this one. I think that's something we can rather readily find. Oh, no! Okay. Unfortunate. So unfortunate. Oh, and there was a heart there. Uh... Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's just try a new world. Let's just try something else. We'll have that seed in the back pocket. I have a screenshot of it saved on my phone. Spitterbolt. Good start. Good start. Spitterbolt. Because if need be, I can just put it on this wand, and it makes a pretty okay wand for the coal pits. Extra max health is nice. There's absolutely no harm in picking that up. It's not an orb. I learned recently that oh, another extra max health. Okay, this is a good seed so far. I'm liking how it's looking. We'll pick up this Levitatium. Gesundheit. Gesundheit. 70. Yeah. So here's the deal. There's another area to our left here called the Collapsed Mines. It has a bit tougher enemies. However, it also has a bit better loot because, you know, game logic. So I'm considering whether or not to go for that because it tends to have better wands over there. What we really want to find is a trigger. That's how all good wands start, is with a trigger spell, in my opinion. That is how all early game good wands spells start, in my opinion. From my very limited knowledge of this game. Maybe I shouldn't be speaking as to the strategy of this game. But what I found is that if you have either a timer or a trigger, you can cast spells off the back of that that are absolutely... that allow for combos. And a lot of good ones are built off of combos. So we want to pick up gold here. We want to avoid this guy as much as possible because he's a pain. They are a pain. It's a pain. Use the environment to our advantage a bit here. Avoid getting in too much acid, as we have no way of putting ourselves out. Aside from pheromone potions, I guess. Okay, 79 and 251 gold. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. We ideally want, as I said in the video, 400 to 500 gold is a more acceptable amount. We're just going to let that burn and head this way. There's a wand, so it's absolutely worth it. This is all going to catch fire. So we're just going to stay out of that chaos for a little bit. I say as I fly above the chaos. Oh no. That is very bad. I can't really hear you, Nix. I'm gonna go quench myself in some blood. And see if I can pick up this wand without dying. Okay, it's just a torch, and these are just slime balls, but it will do for now. This can set stuff on fire relatively nicely, so we're not complaining at that. Bombs seem like they're the most common spawn for your secondary damaging wand, and they're not my favorite by any means. Definitely more of a fan of Fireball. That might just be the Dungeons and Dragons player in me. We're gonna cause some chaos. There we go. Collapse mines. I guess we don't really have a choice. There's no turning back now. I guess I could always just dig down. So we want to clear out our way down because we don't want to be fighting enemies when we try to descend. That's not going anywhere. Holy mountain. Oh no. Okay. Alright, 414. We're looking a lot better now. But there's another free wand here. More options. It's always better. The spell is better. We're not really looking at the wand type just yet, because right now we're not going to get very far without spells. Let's avoid some acid. Even though we do have quench spots. Oh. Out. Let's ascend a tiny bit, see if we can get a bit more gold, give ourselves a bit more options. We're looking pretty good though. Will not deny that. Will not deny that this is looking like an acceptable run. Perfect. And the gold comes to us. 465. 67 HP. Couple opportunities here and there. These frogs, as unassuming as they look, deal so much damage. They have a better name than frog, I'm sure. Oh, this guy's stuck. That's nice. Oh, no step, bro. Okay, let's not. Let's not die here. Let's not die here. This would be a horrible run. This would be a horrible run. Time to go to the Holy Mountain. Quench. And go. No more losses. Okay, we're good. That could have been a very bad end to what was looking to be a very good start. Okay, I don't know how to play around these yet, so I will not. I have some spitter bolts. Delayed spell cast. Not really until Plasma Cutter is going to be okay. This projectile is going to be okay. Luminous Drill also going to be advantageous. Let's see what are our perks. Fungal Colony. Kills to mana. Let's do kills to mana. And we don't really have insane options right now, so... Do we go with that, or do we go with the... Yeah, that'll be our cutter. This will be our damage wand, and we'll start with that. Because it has a relatively low recharge time. Let's just check damage real quick. Yeah, 140. Oh, no. Okay. Hi, Steve. I just killed myself. I made a fatal mistake that killed me. Yeah, I Noita'd myself, which is just called stupidity. just called stupidity. All right. I think we can move on to something else. I have learned my lesson. Let's see. Let's see what I can find that would be of interest to me. It's also very possible that I might end early solely because my voice is hurting. And I think actually that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to end early. My voice is hurting. I'm sorry. I've been chugging water this whole stream, but it's the first time I've talked this much in a while. We will be back on Monday. I want to deeply apologize for missing out on 2 streams and a couple uploads as well. 3 streams and a couple uploads as well. There have been some personal things in our lives that have prevented us from it. However, we are back on track. I have finished this course, moving on to the next course, which should be a lot easier, and that will help me for sure. I'm going to edit a video. We have been working with some French friends of ours, so we have some bilingual content now on the channel. I promise I will put subtitles for all the French that goes in, and you can expect that this upcoming Wednesday. It is going to be on Raft. You can also expect more Valorant streams coming for sure. I am applying for a partnership with AIM Labs. I am not expecting to get it. However, it is a good wake-up call that I actually want to do a bit more educational content on this channel. I want to do more Valorant review guides. I want to do more Dungeons & Dragons world building guides. I want to make content that, and I've said this multiple times before, I want to make content that informs, that leaves you thinking, I learned something new today. And I want to do more Ableton. I want to do more Ableton things. So I've got some projects working on behind the scenes. I'll give you a walkthrough of a reverberation module that I've been working on recently. At some point, I might even finish it on stream in a bit of an impromptu move. Yeah. Anyways, I hope that everybody stays foxy, that everybody has a great night, and that overall you remember that there is somebody out there who loves you, and that somebody is not only your family, because you can choose your family, but also that you should keep them close. We will be here on Monday at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you do enjoy our content, please, I know it's a shill, but if you come back here often, please consider liking and subscribing. If you find yourself returning on the regular, also hit the notification bell to get notified. You can also join the Discord channel to get updated on when stuff happens in our lives or when we're doing cool new things. It's not just all the bad stuff. And join our community, chat. We'll be there. We're often there. I'm on Discord all the time. Yeah, but until new stuff comes out, we're here, we're queer, we're clearly insane, and stay hydrated. And I'm not going to finish that. I think we need to change that because we moved to YouTube. But stay hydrated. Good night.